Goku and the world of Dragon Ball is still to this day hyped up as one of the most powerful verses in all of fiction. However, I have never watched any Dragon Ball in my life. I have never read any Dragon Ball in my life. I should know nothing about Dragon Ball or Goku at all. What I do know is he's very strong and still very popular on YouTube. Like and subscribe. Me being the self-proclaimed smartest weeb in human history though, I don't think I even need to have watched the show to give you the best Dragon Ball power scaling video that's ever been put on YouTube, let's be real. But before I get right into the ketchup and mustard of it all, let me introduce you to my new product. Cry about it. These amazing tissues are designed specifically for you power scalers who have not seen the light of day in, well, ever. Cry About It tissues are soft, smooth, and are infused with the familiar smell of unshowered human that so many nerds love. Just head over to www.takeajoke.com to get your free sample today. Anyway, with all of that cleared up, let me now get straight into how I proved that Goku is a generational fraud. So over my one singular year doing anime YouTube, I have passively absorbed a load of Dragon Ball knowledge, to the point where I basically know more than any actual watcher or reader of the show. I guess you could, call me an expert of sorts. And obviously I want to make sure this video is as fair and unbiased as possible. Right? Right? Correct. So, to prove I know what I'm talking about, why don't I begin by sharing all of my insane Dragon Ball and Goku knowledge with you. Goku is an alien called a Saiyan, and these Saiyans basically fight each other with their magical ki powers. And ki is basically just, cursed energy from Wish. Yeah, another big anime copying Jujutsu Kaisen yet again. Anyway, ki is basically used to shoot many different kinds of big laser beams. And by many different kinds, what I really mean is they're all the exact same thing, just with a different name slapped on top of them to give them a little bit of pizzazz, you know? Oh, and let's also not forget that if one of these laser beams is much stronger than the other laser beam, you just go ahead and put a big number in front of it to make it sound that much more impressive, which it obviously isn't because they don't really do anything anyway. Anyway, enough of my ranting about big laser beams in Dragon Ball, let's get back to the main character. Goku. Goku is strong. Goku is a dad. Goku is scared of needles. And Goku is pretty much as smart as everybody else in his verse, which is incredibly dumb. I mean, the only other big anime with an aggregate IQ lower than Dragon Ball is One Piece. But let's not compare it to that because we're not setting the bar particularly high here, are we? Now, I hear some of you asking, who is Goku's son? Can you prove that you know who that is? It's not important. Trust me, okay? All you need to know is that he has one, and according to the internet, Goku's a pretty bad father as well. And yes, that will be taken into consideration later when I actually get onto scaling him. I'm sorry, but you don't get bonus points for being a shitty dad. Now, this legendary anime values its story above all else. No, sorry, I was reading the wrong script. Now, this kind of popular up-and-coming anime actually values its unique cast of characters and cool fights above all else. And by unique cast, what I really mean is they're all carbon copies of each other, but with each character's hairline being even worse than the last. There's Vegeta and Vegeto, who apparently are not the same person, despite both having names that sound like they belong in the vegan aisle of your local supermarket. And then there is Gohan, who's probably one of these people, I'm not really sure. Master Roshi is the old pervy sensei character of this anime because, every big anime has to have one of those. Android 18, who is most likely an android. Zeno, the universe-destroying embodiment of the Reddit logo. Beerus, the purple cat who lost all aura after KSI named a song after him. Broly, who I had literally never heard of until I started speaking to Jaded. Cell, who is apparently perfect and pretty damn strong from what I've seen. And finally, Piccolo, who is called that because he looks like a pickle. I don't care if that was the author's intention, I've decided that's how it is, and that's just how it is. He's a pickle. Oh, and something else I know is that one of these characters has a power level of over 9,000, as I'm constantly being reminded by the internet. Thanks, TikTok. Now, all 69 versions of the Dragon Ball show seem to follow a pretty similar formula. We basically just watch Goku and every other character I've listed fight each other, get stronger, fight each other again, and we kind of go in that cycle forever. Now, I have to admit, Dragon Ball has given us some of the most iconic special attacks and big anime moves in TV history, let's be real, okay? There is, of course, Kamehameha, which is a big laser beam. Wow, who would have thought? And then there's Ultra Instinct, which I still think is just teleportation infused with spider sense, but people swear that it is the most amazing and awesome thing that's ever happened to the world ever. And then of course there is the Saiyan transformations, which all of these characters need when their opponent is too strong and they need the plot to bail them out. Super Saiyan basically just makes you really, really strong and changes your hair color for some reason. And Super Saiyan 2 is the objectively worst sequel that was likely created when the studio realized they really like money. And while we're on the topic of emergency power-ups, there are also these things called sensu beans, which I think are just beans that you eat to, again, bail you out of a sticky situation by giving you a temporary boost in strength. And then finally, there are the Dragon Balls. I've never seen a Dragon Ball. I've no idea what a Dragon Ball does. I'm not really sure why this show is even called Dragon Ball. I don't think it's got anything to do with Dragon Balls. I'm just saying, alright? As someone who's not seen it but knows a lot about it, as I've clearly demonstrated, what the hell has it got to do with Dragon Balls? I've never seen it in my life. Also, I low-key thought Rasengan was also a Dragon Ball move, but I watched One Piece recently, so now I know it isn't. Sorry about that. And yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know about Dragon Ball and its characters and power system. There you go. See, I told you, I'm an expert, alright? I think I've proven myself now. So let's get on to the scaling. Okay, first things first, we need to discuss every power scaler's bread and butter. Physical stats. And I think we should start off with speed, because everybody loves a bit of speed scaling. How fast is Goku? Well, I'd say at least 40,000 kilometers per hour because of running 1,000,000 kilometers in 24 hours, but that's probably a bit of a lowball. Is he faster than light? That's a question I know anime nerds like to ask all the time. Well, judging by the fact that these ki blasts are made out of light and characters react to them and dodge them and, eat them or whatever. Yeah, I'd say he has like faster than light reaction speeds. I don't know whether that means he can actually move at the speed of light. That kind of, I've never really seen it, but yeah, realistically, he is as fast as the plot needs him to be. How physically strong is Goku? Well, from the one singular episode of Dragon Ball Z that I've ever watched, I have to say he is big tree level. Yeah, I've not really seen him do much else in terms of physical strength. He just mainly shoots laser beams. So yeah, tree. He's literally tree level. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, minus 1,000 scaling points for being a crappy dad. We don't let that shit fly here. Now, according to my good friend Eternal Flame, the universe of Dragon Ball is probably somewhere between 5 and 6D when you scale them dimensionally. Yeah, dimensionally scaling wise, he's like Goku can get up to 6D at a stretch. Now, let's be honest, in terms of the realm of dimensional scaling, 6D is pretty amateur numbers. I don't think it's anything that impressive. So why he's hyped up so much, I don't really get it. I mean, according to the GOAT, Ty Learned, Alien X can go up to 27D, and me, being a massive Doctor Who nerd, knows that the universe of Doctor Who is at bare minimum 11D. So yeah, 6D is kind of like basic numbers, I'm not gonna lie. If that's the maximum you can get him to, I'm not very impressed, I can't lie. Okay, I'll be real though. The most important point that I want to make here is what the hell is dimensional scaling? What does 6D mean? What does being 6th dimensional actually mean? I wasn't aware that power scalers had surpassed every great physicist on planet Earth by being able to comprehend the concept of anything above the 3rd dimension. So how are we sitting here looking at drawings and fictional characters going, oh yes, you're obviously 6th dimensional. What does that mean? If someone can sit down and explain to me what the 6th dimension is and be right, then sure, you can have it. But if not, enough with this dimensional scaling bullshit. He just throws a strong punch and strong laser beam. Okay, I'm kind of going off on one now, but you get the point. And yeah, you're probably asking what the benefit of being higher dimensionally actually gives a character. And my answer to that question is, why are you asking so many questions, bruv? Stop asking questions. Watch the video. Let me do my power scaling in peace. Damn. Now, as I was saying, Goku should scale to 6D. He is, faster than light, probably, and he's tree level in terms of physical stats, as well as being able to shoot massive laser beams that can destroy things. So, let's be real, Goku is pretty damn strong, and I get why people, hype him up as much as they do. It makes sense. I still don't know how he gets through infinity, but that's a different question. Now, one thing I did want to talk about, though, is, at the end of the day, what do these ki blasts actually do? Like, what significant thing happens in the show? Other than, I think I've seen him, destroy Earth with one, and kill Frieza, who's basically this little racist lizard. Sorry, I forgot to mention him in the character list. Frieza is this slightly racist lizard-looking creature. But yeah, that's the only significant things I've really seen him do with big ki blasts, and that's also the only move I've ever seen anyone use, ever, other than Ultra Instinct, so I don't know. Sorry, I'm getting tired now. I kind of have to read the script a bit more. Just bear with me. I have seen many people say Goku... Oh, right, yeah. I've seen many people say that Goku is universal or has destroyed a universe or could destroy a universe. No matter how hard I look, I've never seen any evidence in any manga, anime, even non-canon movie material where Goku displays power of, being able to destroy the universe. He's never destroyed a universe. Where's this coming from? Like, how do you know he can destroy a universe? They go, oh, he can destroy 6 universes with one blink of an eye. When did this happen? Please, drop me a source. When? No, I'm not giving him that. He's planetary, at most. He's lizard level, tree level. Alright, back to the script. Oh yeah. Bro would also lose to a bum like Illumi from Hunter x Hunter because the supposed most strongest character in all of fiction ever has a needle phobia. It doesn't make sense. How you scared of needles, bro? You're literally universal level attack potency. Why are you scared of a needle? I thought this video would be funny, but now it's just pissing me off. Okay, look, I'll be real. I'd be hella stupid not to admit that Goku is insanely strong and he deserves a lot of the hype he gets, okay? I'm not gonna shit on him the whole time, alright? He's hella strong. I get it. Very, very strong. He clears Gojo, clears, you know, everyone else, Sung Jin Woo, whoever else you want to put against him, Saitama, whatever. But let's be real, with what we've talked about, I'm not sure he's even like top 50 in fiction. He might not even be top 100. Again, thanks to Ty Learned, Ben 10 has higher dimensional scaling, which means absolutely nothing to me, but apparently it does mean stuff to you guys, so there you go. Ben 10 goes above Dragon Ball. The Doctor is arguably the smartest non-omniscient being in all of fiction. Yes, even above Rick Sanchez. And they, you know, scale to bare minimum 11th dimension. He's done things like destroy and then completely reset his own universe and, you know, sent the literal demon, the devil of all religions. He threw him into a black hole and then flew away from the black hole. Like, come on, that's some cold shit. Doctor Who way outscales Dragon Ball. It's not close. Most Marvel characters, they'd wipe him out, no problem. Yuta Okkotsu, alright, he scales to roughly 27D as well, and he also could just copy anything that Goku uses. Hell, I mean, give Levi Ackerman Ki and he'd wipe the Dragon Ball universe in a day. I mean, come on, in all fairness, I think I was pretty generous to Goku, but all things considered, when we look at everything I've talked about today, and bear in mind I am an expert, he really is just a fraud. You guys overrate him too much. He's too highly overrated. He's nowhere near to being that top 50. So there you go. Goku exposed as a fraud. It's been settled, finally. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in a bit.